welcome back to the stream! Last stream, we got Robon out of the chains of imprisonment from motherfucking Heavensward! And we also got Sharpcast and Leylines. Leylines makes it to where Fire 3 as an opener or Blizzard 3 as an opener is not nearly as painful. I like it very much. And with that, let's get into the game scene. Whoa! Yay! Pause this, open this, yay. Fantastic. And I still can't jump over this, of course. Okay, level 54. Almost gonna get a Enochian. Increases damage dealt by 5% under the effect of those. Upon successfully landing Fire 2 while under the effect of Astral Fire grants Enhanced Flare. Enhanced Flare effect ends if Astral Fire is lost. Enhanced Flare, you say? But what does Enhanced Flare do? Why don't you tell me that, game? Just how much more powerful does Flare become once I cast Enhanced Flare? That's a lot of deep eyes, my goodness. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Alrighty then. Oh! Okay, not exactly a straight shot down. Almost a straight shot down. Astinian? How are you doing? What ails our young lord? The moment we arrived at the wall, his face took on an ashen pallor. Does he fear facing the heretics within their own lair? I don't know, Alfino. What is wrong? That's Midgard's Zomer. Alfino, what's wrong? Do you recall the first time you ventured into these tunnels in search of Lady Iceheart? It seems an age ago, does it not? Back then, I still believed myself the commander of the Crystal Braves. Poor Alvino. Big sad. Ah, the guests of House Fortom, accompanied by the Azure Dragoon, no less. I cannot imagine what brought you out this far, but you are welcome to enter the tunnels if that is your will. Assuming the Akafire beacon still functions, and we must pray to the 12 it does, we shall arrive at our destination in mere moments. Though I do not expect to be greeted by the Primal Shiva, we should nevertheless be prepared for a frosty reception. I see what you did there and I don't appreciate it. The heretics are not like to rejoice at the appearance of uninvited guests, particularly ones with our history. Ah yes, the history of just killing them. Yeah, you know what? That probably checks out. I wouldn't be very happy to see people trying to kill me either. Also, when was this a combat scenario? Why am I synced to level 53? Ah, water bottle. Fantastic. An impressive structure. I wonder how many ages it has endured. Mayhap you should ask its occupants. They seem a friendly bunch. Aww. Oh yeah, City, now that you mention it, they do seem awfully friendly. Dogs of Ishgard! It is not enough that you banish our beloved saint. Will you not be satisfied until the ice is slick with the last drops of our blood? Stay your weapons! We come under the flag of parley. We wish only to speak with your mistress that we might broker a peace. Do you think us fools, boy? It will take more than honeyed words to earn our trust. You walk with the Dragon Slayer, and we know all too well what he is capable of. My reputation precedes me. Sigh. They give us little choice. Well, time to kill them in ice and fire. Come, brothers! May Dragon Wings bear us to victory! Oh, well, you're dying first. Ley lines! Do-do-do-do-do. Always get rid of the healer. Healers are annoying. Get rid of the DPS mage. You're annoying too. Oh, hey, Fire 3 Brock. Nice! Woo! The guard is down. Oh, I don't have... I need mana. Yeah, that might help. Oh, you're a buff one, aren't you? Oops. Mana Ward. Oh, behold the might of a dragon, and you're dead, good sir. Oh, you have a cane. Sorry, good sir, but you must go away now. I need mana back. Wild-eyed swordsman, wild-eyed mage. Man, it would be amazing to have a dot. Oh, speaking of dot, lightning. Aww. Oh, hey, I got them all anyway. Nice. Dragon's blood. Oh, whips, wrong button. Fire two, fire two. Ley lines. Oh, that's a big boy. Ow.
Know your folly.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Focus. Release.
Newest walks of the first line. Oh. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, you're finally gone. Thank goodness. Dark Blizzard, Dragon's Blood. Oh my goodness, all of the procs. I get to be mobile for once! Yay! Transpose. Oh, never mind. Oh, whips. Ah! Ah! Oh, whips. Ah! Ah! Oh, whips. Ah! Ah! Uh-oh. Alrighty. Oh, whips didn't read the thing. I see no sign of Lady Iceheart. Would that we could have a question one of them. What would you ask that we do not already know? They make for the cinders, and so must we. Even should an ambush await us, 'tis certain there will be more heretics to question. The cinders, you say? I confess, the name is unknown to me. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten us, Estinian. I suspect it is the heretic's way of referring to the Dreaming Dragon, an island of sorts found in the midst of the frozen lake of Ashpool. Some 500 years past, 'tis told that the Azure Dragoon of the age fought a dragon of titanic proportions. After a savage struggle, the mighty creature was weakened unto the point of death, and forced into a magic slumber by an entire chapter of the Holy Sea sorcerers. Ere long, a rain of ash and cinders did begin to fall upon the sleeping serpent's motionless form, covering the creature at length in a shroud of grey. Of course, a thick layer of ice has since formed on top of it, but you may be sure I speak true. That is weird. A fascinating tale. We should make haste to this ashen isle. As we know... Oh, that's Midgard Somer, whips. Only in a land where war has raged for 1,000 years could enough ash fall to bury a dragon the size of an island. Tristramble? What? You've driven off the heretics. That should certainly ease the minds of our surveyors. Estinian? The Dreaming Dragon lies far to the west. Before we approach the frozen beast, however, there's another place I would visit first. I am told the convictors have set up camp in Twin Pools. Their leader, Gentilo, may have information of use to us. Ah, but mayhap you are not familiar with that name either. Convictors are dragon slayers, after a fashion, but I'm willing to wager that they encounter their fair share of heretics. If we are indeed walking into a trap, I'll learn all there is to know of our foe. A sound suggestion. Let us speak with these convictors then, and temper our haste with a measure of caution. Advel? My thanks for ridding the tunnels of their rat infestation. With any luck, I shall finally be able to carry out my work uninterrupted. If only, right? Alrighty then. Yeah, just follow the river. Sounding out the amphitheater. Ah, buttons! Ah, more buttons! The Black Bridge. Or the Black Iron Bridge, I should say. Help me to get that up. Fantastic, that is now up. Silver wolves, bushes. Oh, the silver wolf wants to kill me? Yes, it does want to kill me. Oh, wow. How thoughtful of you, Silver. Is that the thing that got covered in ash? Doesn't really look like an island. Must be over here somewhere, then. Maybe it's that. Herm. Mayhaps. Mayhaps not. Not 100% sure exactly. Polar bears. Oh yeah, that reminds me. 320 yalms to the west. Just keep going west. Hey, discovered an area. Avis. Oh, wait, no, not Avis. Archeornis. Not Avis. These are not Avas. A 128 yalms to the west. It's like up here, right? No, it's right there. And with that, there's only one aether current that's actually out in the overworld left, right? Yeah. Where is this one? To the northwest. You know what? Might as well. Rooms. What is a room? Room. I don't even know where they're facing. 271 yalms to the northwest. Luba! That looks... It's a woolly mammoth. That's cool. Gelatos. Oh yeah, I think this is... Yeah, this is Ashpool. Okay. Ace Commander. To the northwest. 83 yalms. Almost there. Though I don't see it. 46 yalms to the southwest. Ah, there it is. You discover a new location. Wow. Come on, let me tune in and get on my bird before you turn around, please. Son of a jackwagon. Go, bird, go. Don't just stand there. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, yeah, that's right. I have Sharpcast. Give me my mana back, game. That was Mana Ward, not Transpose. Dang it. Note to self, shields do not protect against fall damage. Nice to know. Level 60 Elite. You know what, I'm just gonna not try to fight you. Gelatos. Speaking of gelato, I've only had like gelato once, but it was pretty good. Because a gelato is a type of ice cream, I believe. I believe it's like Italian ice cream or something like that. At least I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know, I've only had it once. Nice sprites. An area that you can't get to until you can fly. A lot of people to talk to. Oh, hey, Chocobo Keep! Well met, Traveler. My interest you in a Chocobo Portal. Blah, 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 blah. Gentilo! How you doing? We've come to talk about the heretics. Well, well, what do we have here? Hoping to join the esteemed ranks of the convictors, are we? The hard-eyed lad looks promising, but you have a frail look about you, boy. I give you 3 days ere the wilds claim your corpse. I beg your pardon. Be not so quick to judge. I have seen this frail youth fell heretics with a flick of his wrist. And who are you to question my... By the Fury! That armor, that lance! The Azure Dragoon himself graces our camp! Pray, forgive my disrespect, sir. I am Gentilo, leader of the Convictors and fellow slayer of dragons. May I ask what winds, foul or fair, carry you into our humble camp? Blah, 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 blah. Ah, Lady Iceheart, is it? I know her by reputation, but I'm afraid I've seen naught of her or her people. That said, my own men can be, somewhat lax when it comes to making reports. You may wish to question them yourselves. Thank you. We shall. Brother, Estidian, let us make our way through the camp and see what information there is to be had. Okay, sure. Complete. Gentilo? Baby Steps Gentilo wants you to experience firsthand what life at the Convictory is like. Okay. I remember you. How could I forget? You're the lad who was in the Azure Dragoon's company. Since you're here anyway, perhaps you might try your hand at a spot of hunting before you depart. See for yourself what life is like for us Convictors. The Dravanian horde is stronger than you might expect. Unless you've been at it for years, like I have, I think it prudent to start with something simple and then work your way up to dragons. I suggest rooms. Slay 3 of those, then come back here. Consider it a warm-up. For all the nights to come. Oh, hey, the dungeon! Cowards! All of you! Have you no shame at all? Oh, I beg your... Wait, are you not Master Creed? Honored ward of Heavensward Tom? Praise Alone, surely you will consider my request. Know you the Dusk Vigil, westernmost of the Citadel watchtowers, built to warn of the horde's approach? 'Twas lost following the calamity, another victim of the snows. Within the ruins lies a priceless treasure which must needs be reclaimed. I thought to enlist the services of those so-called dragon slayers, but it seems their courage is not as boundless as they would have you believe. But you, sir, you are not one to shy away from danger, am I right? Yes, that is correct. I fight and kill things all the time. Very good indeed. There is a sculpture of the Fury within the Dusk Vigil's chapel. An ice rondelle is set in its helm. I would have you prize it free and deliver it to me. The Vigil is not difficult to find. Simply head north towards Banepool until you come to the gates. Knights may bar your passage, but should you explain who you are, they will grant you leave to enter. Okay, seems simple enough. Dominic? The secret to success, Dominic, is simmering with impatience. Greetings, sir. Your reputation precedes you. Once you slay a few primals, word gets around. Seeing as you're so strong and powerful, I was wondering if you might be able to help me out with something. I want nothing more than to support the great Sir Emmerich. British Guardian Society revolves around the nobility. Those not of noble birth, such as myself, have no power at all. The only way to gain the power of nobility is through a truly noble display of courage. There's one simple way to do that. Slay a monstrous, ancient dragon. There are some feats that cannot be ignored. So I took up my spear and came to the Convictory. Sadly, things have not gone as well as I had hoped. I'm still somewhat new to this, you see. I really don't know much about dragons, especially the rarer, larger ones. All the knights here are competing with each other for honor and glory. None of them will share what they know with each other, for fear of losing any edge they may have. But you're not a convictor. They're not competing with you. I doubt they'd be nearly as tight-lipped with you as they are with me and the other knights here. You might be able to learn a thing or two from me about how I might find, and kill one of the larger dragons. You know what? Yeah, that actually does make sense. Camp of the Convictor is out for no secret to gather information on the heretics, but at the same time, wouldn't they be, like, suspicious? Like, why are you asking me on how to kill dragons? What business is it do you have? You're trying to kill a dragon too. No, I'm not going to tell you how to kill the dragons, because that's my dragon to kill. Go fuck yourself. Or something along those lines. Surely one of these people will have encountered a heretic while out hunting. Pray, speak with as many as you can, brother. Nay, I know of no heretics. Do you honestly expect me to keep track of every Ratamu, Veramu, and Bertanon that wanders in and out of camp? Sly Scout. You want to know about dragons, do you? Well, you're speaking to the right man. I know stuff about them beasts that even the dragoons ain't heard of. Oh ho ho, don't think I'll be telling you for free, though. Tell you what, I'm due to go out on patrol any minute now, but it's far too bloody cold for it if you ask me. I'll put me patrol points in your map here, and if you go do my patrol for me, I'll tell you what I know. Oh, you know what? Okay, never mind. Never mind, I was wrong. I admit defeat. Are there any heretics in the area? I have not the faintest idea. Why a heretic could pass under my very nose, and I should be none the wiser. I hunt dragons, my dear fellow. The big ones. Forever do I scan the skies for signs of my prey. I do not care for the miserable creatures that scurry upon the ground. Yeah, that's one way to put it. They scurry. Ugh. Ugh. Looking for heretics, you say? Humph. Why don't you go and bother Puriquay or someone? I have enough trouble keeping these preening fops fed and clothed as it is. There's no business of mine what folk do with themselves out there in the wilds. Puriquay. The person she told me to go bug. Someone I can help with, my lord. Yeah, something about heretics. Heretics, is it? Well, I've never seen one myself, but that ain't to say I haven't heard a thing or two. We would be grateful for any information you can share with us. The gods know we've gleaned precious little from talking to the rest of these people. If it please me, lord, I'm Puriquay, a soldier by trade, though not much of one, if I'm honest. It weren't for the love of stabbing folk that I took up the spear, see? No, it was by order of Sir Gentelo's father. Still, as long as they keep paying me wages, I ain't fussy as to what they have me do. Not everyone's as patient as me, though. Plenty of low-born lads who got pressed into service start grumbling before they've seen their second battle. And once they've got to thinking how unfair it all is, it don't take much for the heretics to turn their heads. From what I hear, the simple promise of freedom tends to do it. That may explain how Lady Izart was able to expand her following so swiftly. Sad to say, some mates of mine gobble down that heretic's tripe and ask for seconds. Told me they were off to the Western Highlands to light a signal fire. That's how you let the heretics know you're serious about joining their ranks, apparently. Send up some purple smoke and the bastards come to you. Ah, yes, of course. Who could have thought that conscripts don't like to fight? Water bottle. Is that so? Well then, I am minded to start a fire. As am I, Alfino. As am I, Estinian. Hey, an aether current. Purple flame, purple flame. Estinian wishes to prepare a signal fire to lure in the heretics. If we are to lure our foes to our position, then we must find a means of producing a signal of purple hue. As it so happens, I once heard the tale of a trapper who dropped the hide of a woolly yak onto his campfire. Aside from the terrible stench, the story also described in detail how the smoke from the smothered flames was tinged a deep violet. You are a monster hunter of some note, are you not, brother? It should prove a trifling task for you to procure a number of hides. We may need to burn more than one ere the heretics notice our beacon. Master Alfredo, you and I shall gather wood for the fire. It will take the both of us to find enough dry fuel in the frozen wasteland. Let us meet again at the Dreaming Dragon with the fruits of our labor. Okay, sure, might as well. Gathering wood in a frozen land, how hard could it be? Lucia, protecting what's important. Bacon bread, haddock dip, triple cream coffee. Want to help out, do you? Well, there's plenty that needs doing. And killing, besides. I'm sure you've noticed that dragons aren't the only thing we have to contend with out here. Take the polar bears, for example. They come here looking for an easy meal, drawn by the smell of our cook fires, and then raid our stores. Think you could thin their numbers a little? Killing 4 or so of them should suffice. You'll be compensated for your troubles, of course. Yeah, might as well. But before I start killing stuff, I should probably actually, go to the dungeon and start, trying to get into the dungeon. Right? Travel, aether currents, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, okay. Oh, I'm almost dead. Hang on. There we go. Now I'm not almost dead. Woolly X. Because one thing I know about queuing as a DPS, it's not going to be very fast. It's going to take 10, 15 minutes, maybe sometimes even 20. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Bane pool. My goodness. Seeing frozen ruins is a lot more harrowing than normal ruins. It's like a corpse. What's this? A ward of Heavensward Tom wishes to enter the Dusk Vigil. You are aware that the ruins are infested with wild beasts and gods only know what else, are you not? Why, just the other day, one of the convictors claimed to have seen a massive winged beast. Not a dragon mind, but something altogether different. Was it a griffin? But far be it from me to deny an esteemed personage the opportunity to kill himself in new and exciting ways. Pray, go on ahead. The Dusk Vigil, now accessible. Woo! You... Dungeons... The Dusk Vigil. Join! 6 minutes. Bleh. Oh, I miss being a healer. Let's see, what quest do you have for me? Spiteful Knight. Lonely Vigil, the Spiteful Knight is staring wistfully out over the frozen lake. Humph. Don't see many adventurers out this way. I was just looking out over Banepool. Great battles were fought at this fortress, but no matter how brutal, no matter how much blood was spilt, this lake always waited patiently to swallow all within its tranquil waters. The calamity changed all that. The lake has frozen over and slimy, goddamned beasts wander its surface without a shred of respect. And I won't stand for it. I no longer have my old strength, or I drive these slimes away myself. Do an old man a favor and teach some of these gelati a lesson. Slaughter them, such that I might have another glimpse of the lake as it once was. Okay, sure. Commit genocide against the local wildlife. Speed! Forecast! Aha! Ley lines! Oh! That shit never happens! Yo! It's never this quick. This... Oh. Hello, everyone. Make sure you always greet the party. You should always do that. Oh, yep. First time here. There we go. First time here. Yep. Gotta make sure they know that, so that way I don't just kill myself on some boss mechanics. Although at the same time, it's like the first boss. So, like, what are the chances that there are actually, like, difficult mechanics? I'm a black mage. A bonus will be rewarded for first completion of this duty. Yeah! One or more party members are new to this duty. A bonus will be awarded for swift completion of objectives. Yeah, I'm the new one. Can't you tell I'm the only one who has the sprout icon? Thunder 2! And we keep going. Do-do-do-do-do. Ley lines! Freeze! Scoop! Griffin! Bye, Griffin. Muddy Zoblin. Thunder 2! AoE him down. Do-do-do-do-do. Come on, yeah, give me the ice. Yeah, ooh, big thing. Hey, how you doing? Do-do-do-do. You know, it's very weird not having to constantly click on the tank to heal them. Oh. AoE! First and proc, yeah! Damage! Oh, big boy! Hey, big boy! How you doing? I'm actually gonna save my ley lines for the boss. Ooh! Stronghold Mylon drops a cold steel lever. Oh! Mammoth! Towering Oiliphant. I'm just gonna stand over here in my ley lines. Thank you very much. If I need to move, I have my Thundercloud proc. Woolly Inspiration? You know what? I'm just fine over here. Here, have a thing. Ah! You missed. Do-do-do-do. Oh, whoops, wrong buttons. Damn it. Ah! Yeah, that was the Windows button, not Alt. Mind. Nope, don't need that. AoE! AoE! More AoE! Whee! Flare! Oh, whoops, wrong button. Eighth. Torn journal page. Oh, okay. It's just lore, I understand. Frostbitten officer. AoE! Escape. Do-do-do-do-do. Oh, you have the most health, so I'm gonna target you. Flare! Lord Commander's seat. Oh, more dudes. Come on, I'll get it eventually. There we go. Oh, but everyone else is getting it. Okay. Give me my mana back. Oh, a boss. Sir Euhil-Merrick. Woo! Divination! I get the damage bonuses! Brain drain, ugh. Yeah. Yeah. I have no idea what's going on. Hey, we did the thing that... You know what? I should probably have food going, shouldn't I? Ooh, Ishgardian Knight's Helm. That looks cool. Mind. Ishgardian Chaplain's... Yeah, you know what? I'll greet it anyway. Just because it might be, like, cool glamour, right? Outer Walls. Stronghold Tursus. Steve? AoE! Oh, whoops, wrong button! Damn it! Oh, Fire Start proc though. Freeze! Zoblin larva. Oh, Scathe. Just press Scathe. Got it. Griffin! Goodbye, Griffin. Outer Walls. A Dusk Wolf. You look cool. Blair! Scathe. Another Scathe. Give me my mana back. Oof. Treasure coffers. Woo. And now we go kill the Griffin, right? Well, that was very rude of you, Griffin. That was a statue that took a very long time to make. Alright, let's see how this fight goes. Hide behind rocks. You got it. Whoop. Free fall. Whirling Jail. Oh yeah, that's right, my dot. Alpine Draft. Ow. Whirling Jail. Oh, whoops, yep, that's right, fire one. Do that, do this, go back into fire. Oh, Adel! Yeah, that might be helpful. Do. Free fall? Ow! Asshole! Wings of Winter. Oh no. Help! 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 Oh no! Man-O-Ward work! Man-O-Ward! Man-O-Ward, why do you do this? Woo! Jeez, everyone. Oof. Hey, look at that. We didn't die. Oof. Play accommodation. Here you go, Mr. Tank. What of the loot? Ooh. Martial Halberd. Guardian Knight Trousers. I didn't get anything. Nice! Enter the Dusk Vigil. Okay, well now that that's done, I can now do the other stuff. Slay Gelati. Thunder on you, go to fire. Go over to you, start whittling you down. Swap over, transpose. Get my mana back. Very satisfying. I do the big numbers. All I do, I have no party utility. My utility is that we kill it faster. You didn't say anything. You needn't say anything. Your actions speak loud enough. You have my thanks. Seems some adventurers are worth their salt after all. Ah, now I can finally remember this place as it once was. The battles we fought and the friendships we forged all atop this lake's still waters. Goodbye. Fare thee well, spiteful knight. Oh, hey, I'm fast now! Nice! Go, bird, go! We have obtained speeds that Chocobo has never obtained before. Purple flame, purple flame. That's right, I need to kill a yak. Woolly yak, you'll do just fine. Blizzard 3, Thunder 3, Fire 3, kill it, just kill it dead. And you're out of here. Transpose. Oh, I need to kill more than one yak. Okay. Fire 3. Or get another Fire 3. Run away. Transpose. Bird, you're paralyzed. No! Why would you paralyze my bird? He'll never run the same. Yeah, I obtained 3 cans of yak milk. Delicious. Dang it. Polar bears, that's right, gotta kill you. On to the next one. Woo, shortcast! Run away! You shall die this day! Do-do-do-do-do. Freeze! All the polar bears are dead. Very good. And I just have to go to these areas for secrets. Super secrets. So secret are the secrets that you don't even know what the secrets are secretive about. Secrets. Secrets within secrets. Secrets that keep other secrets secret until you uncover the secret of the first secret, which now makes it so that the second secret is no longer secret because you now have the knowledge of the first secret. Yes. Of course. Secretception. Water bottle. Whee! Alrighty, rooms! That's right, I have to kill all of you, don't I? Ah, this seems like a good spot. Lizard. Thunder 3. Fire 3. Do-do-do-do. My ley lines, no! Freeze! Okay, all the rooms are gone. Destination. Let's see what happens at this watch point. Oh, nothing happens. That's nice. And I know this quest line's annoying because I have to fly all over the place, so I'm just gonna gain the ability to fly before I complete it. Do you have it, Master Creed? I do. Here, have an Ice Rondo, a large round sapphire named after the icy blue sheen of the Fury's armor. Yes, there's no mistaking it. At last, it is ours once more. My parents presented this sapphire to me on my wedding day, as my wife and I presented it to Yule Merrick on his. One day, they would do the same for their son. But for that disgrace of an Inquisitor, suspicion of heresy, what rot! He knew what he wanted from the start. By the time I secured her release, they had interrogated her for days. She was a shadow of her former self. But the final insult, the final twisting of the knife, was when my son took command at the Dusk Vigil and found the Ice Rondo to be the centerpiece of the newly commissioned sculpture of the Fury. He couldn't prove it was the selfsame one which had vanished, but, oh, he knew. But no more, no more. It is back with the family, where it belongs. It is, admittedly, a hollow comfort. Yet in my waning years, I must accept what little that can be had. And with the ground, you to better understand the movements of the wind. Back already, are you? Well, a deal's a deal. I'll tell you what I know. I have no idea why, but the corpses of weaker dragons seem to attract the higher-ranking Dravanians. Once you know this, it makes it pretty easy to lay a trap for some of the bigger, nastier dragons out there. Now listen, don't you go telling anyone about this, you hear? Just think what happened if everyone knew. Things are dangerous enough around here to begin with, especially lately. Imagine some lowborn, some young lad with dreams of nobility and nothing to lose. Some guy who's come out here to find glory at any cost. Imagine he finds out how to bring the biggest, nastiest monsters in the realm out of hiding. Just keep it to yourself is what I'm saying. You can never be too careful. Ah yes, recklessness. Gentilo. Stay in those rooms already, have you? How did you find them? Did they put up much of a fight? No, they didn't. Good work, lad. Clearly the Azure Dragoon doesn't travel with mere amateurs. Sounds like those rooms barely put up enough of a fight to be considered a proper warm-up. You clearly know what you're doing. If you want to try your hand at hunting down some dragons, speak with me again sometime. Dominic? Ah, you're back. Were you able to learn anything useful? I learned this. I see. So I can use the corpse of weaker dragons to attract bigger ones. It seems like I might be able to bag quite a prestigious catch this way. You're not gonna be reckless though, are you? I start with a small one, kill that, then wait for a bigger one to come along. Then if I kill that one, an even bigger one should appear. Then I kill that one, and so on. You have my deepest gratitude. Thanks to you, I now know what I must do, though I might ask another favor in future. Yeah, but when do you stop killing them? When do you determine that it's big enough? I don't think you can. Well, you're certainly more reliable than any lordling I've ever met. They've only got eyes for dragons, even though I tell them time and again that if no one sees to those bears, there'll be nary a scrap to eat. But do they listen? Humph! I dare say everyone around here could stand to be a little more like you. Well, I said you'd be compensated, I'm true to my word. I trust you'll consider this fair remuneration for your efforts. Woo! Piety, Vitality, Determination, Perception, GP, Tenacity, Vitality, Critical Hit, Triple Cream Coffee for healers. Healers drink coffee, don't you know? Oh, I should get these first and then unlock flying. Winter is coming. Sigh. I look troubled, do I? Well, we all have our fair share of troubles out here. You looking to lend a hand? Out here, the cold is a constant nemesis. We could always use more yak wool for the creation of blankets. If you bring me 3 baskets of it, I'll see that it's worth your while. Slay yaks and obtain their wool. Dominic, introductory dragon slaying. I'm working on my plan to draw out a great, ferocious dragon. A new recruit has just joined the Convictors, so I'm delegating the execution of the plan to him. The lad shows a lot of potential, but he's sorely lacking in experience. You, though, my friend, have more experience than anyone in the Convictory. I'd be eternally grateful if you could put some of that famous skill to good use and lend the young lad a hand. The soldier's name is Centramil. Talk to him. He knows all the relevant details, so he can answer any further questions you might have. Gentilo? Baby strides. Those rooms you slew last time may have been easy hunting, but I assure you, dragons are not. Even veteran convictors can find them to be something of a handful sometimes. If you want to try your hand at it yourself, I suggest you start with some Archaeornis. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. They're great, feathered scalekin monsters, and they form part of the Horde's vanguard. You'll find the beasts wandering about to the north, near Banepool. Find 3 Archaeornis and put them down without mercy. Consider it a test of skill, if you will. Ah, you must be the adventurer Dominic said would be assisting me. I made it quite clear that I could handle it myself, but the man won't listen. I'm ever so sorry, sir. Master Sentrimu has been having a bad day. He means no disrespect. We'd be more than happy to benefit from your assistance. We ought to start by reviewing the plan. Recently, there have been sightings of a particularly unusual, if somewhat diminutive, member of the Dravanian horde. A Tuli hand has been observed near the great tree to the northeast. If the information we've gathered is correct, we should be able to kill the smaller dragon quite easily and use it as bait to attract a larger one. We shall sally forth to the great tree now and find this beast. Once your preparations are in order, rendezvous with us there. We'll be waiting for you. Yeah, sure, I'll get right on that as soon as I'm able to fly on my chocobo. And not a moment too soon. Go, bird, go! Burn like the wind! Go away, room. I already killed 4 of you. I don't need to kill any more. Woo! Oh, I see the mammoth is gone. I'm gonna guess you killed it, Mr. Shadowbringer Man, because that's a Gweber mount that you get for everyone being level 80. You need to get Blue Mage up to level 80. I hope not. Elvino? I left Ishgard on a mission of noble purpose, and now here I am, scrambling for sticks in the snow. How can my hands be at once so numb yet so sore? A very good question, Alfino. 'Twould seem that collecting firewood is a new experience for Master Alfino. He must have been a privileged upbringing. Ahem. Have you the hides we need? Yes, there we go. Yak hide. The bristly hide of a now hideless yak. Well, I would hope so. Last thing we need is yak hide duping glitches in my MMO fantasy game. Water bottle.
Ah, I should have known it would be you.
Hey, voice acting!
Word reached me of a struggle with a small but well-armed band of trespassers. Forgive my comrades their hostility. Few come here uninvited, and fewer still with good intent. Now, tell me why you are here.
For diplomacy! We wish to stop Nidhogg's attack on Ishgard. We wish to speak with you. Yes, talking!
So, you seek to stem the Dravanian tide with talk? A romantic notion.
Indeed, lady!
If you but knew the truth, the spark which lit the flames of this animosity, you would understand the futility of your quest.
I mean, we should at least try, though.
Shall I relate it to you? The sordid history my gift has shown me. That which the Holy See has taken such pains to suppress.
Sure, might as well.
'Twas more than a millennium past when an Elezen tribe first sought to claim the lands of Kurthas as its home. Unfortunately for them, Kurthas was already home to dragonkind, and they were not inclined to make way for the invaders. Thus did a bloody war begin. A war which might well have rumbled on until one or the other side was exterminated, had it not been for the resolve of a single woman. That woman's name was Shiva.
Ooh, history, nice.
While those around her fought and died, she attempted to parley with the dragons, and in so doing discovered them to be possessed of profound intelligence and reason. The great worm Heavensward in particular so enchanted Shiva that she found herself growing to love the creature, whom her people considered a monster. In the eyes of a near-immortal dragon, however, the fleeting life of an Elezen is as that of a freshly cut rose. Scarce has the flower bloomed before it begins to fade and wither. Such melancholy musings plagued Heavensward, who had found in Shiva an unexpected and beloved soulmate. He knew that all too soon, death would snatch her away from him. unable to bear the thought of their separation, the maid bid the worm consume her, that their spirits might be entwined for eternity. Though
Fucking
loath
dead!
to perform the deed, Hraesvelgr ultimately gave in to her plea, and soon thereafter the tale of their ill-fated love spread throughout the two warring factions. No more could they raise blade or claw against one another, knowing that the souls of their kin were so inextricably bound. In the days that followed, man and dragon learned to live in harmony, and together built a nation unlike any the world had ever known. For 200 years did this blissful age of peace continue, as it would to this day, had vilest envy not stirred in the hearts of the Elezen. It is said that worms owe their longevity to the boundless reserves of vitality found within their eyes. And 'twas in this belief that a traitorous band of knights deceived their allies of some 2 centuries, and took by force that which they coveted.
Plot twist! The Elezen were the bad guys all along! Ah!
Nidhogg, he who now stands poised to unleash his wormlings upon Ishgard, was the great dragon who lost an eye to Elezen treachery. And until he prizes it from the hands of the traitor's progeny, no amount of conciliatory words will stay his fury.
You are wrong, Lady Iceheart. Lest you misunderstand, I do not doubt your vision of the past. 'Tis true that Nidhogg greatly desired to reclaim the Eye. Indeed, it was for that very reason that I kept it with me as I roamed the land, attempting to draw him away from the city.
I actually have it right now, and he doesn't really care about it.
Good gods! Until recently, Nidhogg seemed unable to resist its allure and pursued me relentlessly. Needless to say, that is no longer the case. Now, it would seem, he has fixed his attention on Ishgard itself, though he knows full well the Eye does not reside there.
Well, this is a conundrum, isn't it?
You believe he targets the capital for another reason?
Yeah, to just kill everyone there.
I believe reason has all but left him. Through the Eye, I feel much of what Nidhogg feels, and the dragon's thirst for vengeance will not be quenched by aught less than a sea of blood.
If Nidhogg is indeed lost to reason, might we not seek an audience with Hraesvelgr instead? He has thus far shown no inclination to aid in the invasion of Ishgard, and may yet welcome our efforts to broker a peace.
You still believe that a peaceable solution can be found? Very well. I will take you to him. Our road will lead us to Dravania, the homeland of dragonkind. There we shall ascend unto the clouds, where Hraesvelgr resides.
Whoa, floating rocks! Ah! Oh no! Ah! What's happening? Am I having a heart attack? Am I dying? My candy collection! It reignites! Yay! I got my blue raspberry Jolly Rancher back! Nice!
Is autumn mist, my friend?
Nah, it's excellent news, Alvino. My candy collection is starting to be shiny again!
I sense the many battles are beginning to take their toll. rest a while. And should you lose sight of us, Dravania lies beyond the mountains to the west.
Okay, Alvino. See you later. I have some side quests I need to do. Oh, hey, Midgardsormr, how you doing?
Curious. The vestiges of thy mistress's blessing are not as faint as once they were. Thy will to succeed grants thee unusual fortitude. But will it be enough?
That kind of has to be enough, otherwise how am I going to get to Stormblood? Bye, Midgardsormr! Complete! I can fly! I can fly! Woo! Free bird, Kurthus, Western Highlands. Go, bird, go! Woo! Now I also need to, like, fill out this map as well. Ugh. Oh, look at how ugly this map is not being filled out. It's all blotchy. Oh, that's right, I gotta kill these things. You! Damage! All the damage! Do-do-do-do. That it? Yeah, that's it. On to the next one. Oh, it's right here. Run away! Get my mana back! Freeze! Thunder! Do-do-do-do-do. Transpose. And this area. Away, and it is snowing. Not blizzards, not cloudy, not sunny. It is snowing. Ice traps. Lots of ice traps. So many ice traps. Centrilimue. We found the devious little thing, but he's a sight quicker than we'd anticipated. He's gone and hid himself around here somewhere. He's no doubt waiting for the ideal moment to strike. I sense a hostile presence. Oh no! Do-do-do-do. There we go. Speak with Centrilimue. Oh, hey, we did the thing. Thank you, adventurer. I suppose I owe you an apology for my arrogant tone earlier. I'm still not quite accustomed to life at the Convictory. Humph. These Dravanian thralls truly are pitiful things, enslaved by the greater dragons and used as mere tools, cogs in the Dravanian war machine. To be forced to fight against your will, I dare say it's no different to the situation I was once in. A tool of the high houses and the holy see. Any road, we best get this thing back to the camp. You go on ahead and inform Dominic of our success. Nice. I almost have a Nokian. Almost. I think I just get it now. I don't think I actually have to do the quest to obtain a Nokian. I hope. And I don't get Umbral Hearts until I can cast Blizzard 4. 310. 260. 310. 310. Grants 3 Umbral Hearts, nullifies Astral Fire's MP cost. Increase for fire spells, reduces MP cost for Flare by 1/3. Freeze. Deals ice damage with a potency of 120. 100. But it grants Umbral Hearts. Eventually. Gentilo? How did you find those Archaeonoris? They may not be smart, but they certainly put up a good fight, wouldn't you say? Yeah, sure, it was okay. You make it sound easy! But not all of us had the opportunity to fight at the side of the Azure Dragoon, to see firsthand how best these mighty beasts may be brought down. Many Ishgardians think we nobles at the Convictory are simply here out of foppery with him. They scarce understand the risks we take defending Ishgard from the Horde. But I feel perhaps that you understand. If ever you decide you want to join the Convictors, you need but say the word. Complete! Hey, another quest. Spring into action. High Elixir, X Potion, X Ether. Gentilo will not stop moaning about his leg. Ugh, my leg. The last dragon made quite a mess of it. Had it happened to anyone else, I dare say they'd have been made a meal of. Fortunately, I made of sterner stuff and got away with no more than a flesh wound to show for it. I'm keen to get back out there and hunt that bastard down, but I shan't be going anywhere until this leg heals up. Say, do you think you could fetch something for me? The waters of Dragonspit are said to have healing properties. If I had some of that, I'd be back on my feet in no time. Take this bottle and fill it with water from that spring, would you? Sure. Dominique? Ah, back already, I see. I take it you had no difficulty in retrieving the corpse of that Tully hand? If all goes according to plan, the upcoming battle should be increasingly dangerous, but if you're anywhere near as powerful as they say you are, and if you lend us your assistance, I don't think we'll have any trouble. Intermediate dragon slaying. The time has come to enact the next step of my plan. Centrilimu is already making preparations. He should be above the cliff to the north of the Convictory. Meet up with him there and lend him a hand. Thank you, adventurer. Sure, Dominic. We still have need of that wool, if you're willing to procure it. Yes, I am. Here, have some yak wool. Soft yak wool, perfect for protecting one from the bitter winds of Coerthas. This is some of the highest quality wool that I've ever seen. I must say, you've gone above and beyond what I asked of you. You have my deepest thanks. The nights are bitterly cold these days, but the blankets made from this wool will do much to keep our people warm. You're welcome. Hey, another quest. A faithful companion, yo, Phoenix down. Lucia keeps looking wordly out toward the east. Whatever could be taking him so long? It oughtn't take this much time just to deliver a message. I sent a man out on a mission quite some time ago. He should have been back hours ago, but there's still no sign of him. He was on a chocoback, so he should have returned by now. Could you do me the favor of heading out towards Riversmeet and seeing if you can find him? Sure! Unfortunately, his chocobo is dead! No! Where are you? You are right here, Messenger Knight! You were dispatched by Lucia to find me? Well, I finished my mission, but I can't go back to the camp just yet. I'm still searching for Amberbeak, my dear chocobo. I was attacked by a Yeti and thrown to the ground. Just when I thought the great beast would tear me to shreds, Amberbeak destructed the thing and drew it away. He damn well saved my life, but I fear that the monster will catch him. I have to save him. Don't worry, dude, I'll do it. You'll find him for me? I'd like to join you on the search, but I would only slow you down in my present condition. Sigh. Thank you. I shall head back to the convictory now, but please bring back Emberbeak back to me. Please bring Emberbeak back to me. I will try my best, good messenger knight. Good sir knight. Unfortunately, I have a feeling your bird's just dead. Slaughtered, consumed by the Yetis. I discovered a new location, though. No! No! Fallen Chocobo! The tag on the rein says Amberbeak, but upon closer inspection it is obvious that the poor bird has been brutally eviscerated. You take a feather from the fallen Chocobo. Poor Chocobo. Well, what's over here on the map, eh? Oh, there's a quest over here. A cat on a cold stone roof. Discovered a new location. Another location over here as well. All of the areas I must discover with so little time to do so. Discovered a new location. Do. Complete all the quests, then turn them in. Centrilamu. How you doing? Ah, you're finally here. You might be pleased to note that the information you obtained was indeed correct. Some Dravanian beast. It looked like a Wadjet came up out of nowhere, grabbed the slain Jolihen's body in its claws, and scuttled off as quickly as it had appeared. There was something of a scuffle as it escaped and it kicked our men about a bit. The creature itself scurried away under the cliff to the northwest of the convictory. Please chase it down, we'll see to the wounded. Okay. Alrighty, it should be over here somewhere. Wow! And you, sir, are out of here! And I have water I need to go collect. Vindthurs. Dragon Spit Spring. Oh, well, let's see what's this. Well, it is a hot spring. I would expect there to be less snow around it, though. Oh, wrong button. So now I just have this area, these areas to explore. Okay. Getting there, slowly but surely. Oh, that's right, I have to talk to this guy again to actually make the quest progress. Alrighty, good sir, I have returned with the Wadjet. Thank you. I didn't see the fight itself, but having seen you in combat before, I think I have a good idea of how it turned out. We'll collect the body and put it somewhere the Dravanians can see it. But these Dravanians sure are a curious bunch. Whatever are they trying to achieve by gathering the corpses of the weaker thralls? What are they using their bodies for? They say that the smarter animals out there have feelings. Perhaps the Dravanians are simply showing respect for their fallen comrades. Perhaps they can't stand to see their friends' bodies torn apart by the elements. Perhaps they just want to let them rest in peace. Ah, you do have some peculiar ideas sometimes. You really think that these monsters have feelings? That they respect each other? No! They're no different to us. The strong use the weak as tools. There's not a shred of respect to be seen. Your entire hypothesis is... I'm sorry, I'm ranting. We'll head out and collect the dead Wadget. You report back to Dominic and let him know that things are proceeding according to plan. Whee! Back with the quests. Polar bears! Oh my! Dragons and yaks and polar bears. Good grief. Do you have that spring water? I need to get back out there. I'm sick of seeing those dragons strut about without a care in the realm. Dragon Spit. Water from the hot springs at Dragon Spit is believed to harbor healing powers beneficial when both applied externally or taken internally. Here you go. Good, good, and not a moment too soon. I fear those dragons are starting to forget the taste of Ishgardian steel. After a few applications of this, I'll be ready to get back out there and give them a sharp reminder. They say this stuff is better than any potion. It's just as well, given how meager our supplies have been getting lately. This one. Dominique? Ah, back already. Did the information you gathered turn out to be accurate? Were you able to attract a larger dragon? Yes, I was. Good, good. It seems that the next step in my plan has unfolded quite nicely. If things continue like this, we should be able to bag quite an impressive catch before long. Complete. Dominic, advanced dragon slaying. Dominic wants help with the next step of his plan. We're just about to carry out the next step of my plan. Zentralimu has finished his preparations, so he should be waiting for you out on the cliff to the north. If all goes well, we will attract an even larger beast than before, so be on your guard. Oh, whoops, I didn't need to summon Bird for this. Did you find him? Did you find Amberbeak? No! A yellow feather fallen from an Ishgardian battle chocobo. How can one tell the difference between a battle chocobo feather and any other chocobo feather? Practice! This feather... Amberbeak? No! Sob, he fought valiant with me through so many... Sniff, tell me, was it quick? I see. Well, thank you for this feather. At least I'll always have something to remember him by. Goodbye, Messenger Knight. Bird, don't you ever fucking die on me. If you die on me, I'll kill you. Let's see, advanced dragon slaying. Yep, last one. And we're back out here. Yo, it's actually fair skies for once. This never happens. Did you see that Avis just now? I snatched up the Wadget's corpse and made its escape. Our men are chasing the thing down as we speak. The bait was set under the cliff northwest of the Convictory. We should head there first, then follow the trail from there. Be on your guard. Avis are renowned for their cunning. Whee! Alright, and we're back here again. Zentralimu? It seems the Avis has fled to the northwest into Dragon Spit. We'll block the exits and corner it. You get in there and help finish it off. It can fly. What do you mean, corner it? How do you corner something that can fly without making a cage? I don't think this plan was thought out very well. Do-do-do-do-do. And you are gone, good sir. Alrighty then. I killed the Avis. I did the thing. Dang it. Hang on. Sorry about that. Someone came into the room. Okay, Sentry Mailer, what are you doing? Did you slay it? Yes, I did slay it. Here you go. Marvelous! Good work! Very good indeed. But, did you notice anything about the Avas? It's just that I got to thinking while you were slaying it. Is it true what they say? Did it speak? They say that Avas are what become of men, heretics who drink dragon blood. But what could make a man? Master Centrilomew. Yes, good work, brother. We will collect the body of the beast. You should return to Dominique and report our success. Whee! Ooh, what's that? It's an oh, it's a dog. That's a dog mount. Oh, okay. Weird. That's one of those lassie dogs, right? Polar bears! The Polar Express. That's actually... I haven't seen the Polar Express in such a long time. Jeez. Back already. Things are proceeding swimmingly, it seems. But you look somehow troubled. What happened? Blah, 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 blah. The dragons might have friends. I suppose it's not surprising that I might say something like that. Centrilomew was born into nobility. He knows all too well the pain of losing honor and status. Well, that's all in the past now. I only hope that this experience might steel his resolve. Jeez, another one? Expert dragon slaying. It is good to see you. The corpse of the Avis you slew is being put into position right now to attract a great dragon for us to slay. Excuse me. However, I'm concerned about Centrilomew. He seems even more morose than his normal grim self. I want to help him, but perhaps because I'm his commanding officer, he really doesn't want to talk about it. Do you think you might be able to talk to him for me? The two of you have been through quite a few battles together now. He might be more inclined to share his troubles with you. He's to the north of the camp. Preparations for the next step of the plan should all be finished by now, so he'll just be waiting for you there. Prepare my stuff. Thank you. Oh, when he says he's north from the camp, he's really north from the camp. Polar bear. Centrilomew. Well met, friend. As you can see, the Avis's body has been laid out in plain sight, but none of the Horde have shown any interest in the thing. Me? Something I want to talk about? No, not really. Though spending all day keeping vigil over Dravanian corpses leads one to thinking about these creatures more than one might expect. All things considered, this Avis was quite a high-ranking creature of the Horde. I've no doubt that whatever comes to collect its body will be quite a mighty dragon indeed. They're wise and intelligent creatures, and they won't be tricked easily. I've taken a great deal of care with the preparations, but still no dragon comes. Do you think you might take a look at the Avis for me? Just make sure there's nothing out of the ordinary. Something I might have missed. Well, let's see. Is there anything weird with the Avis? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Examine the slain Avis. I examined it. Nothing out of the ordinary. Well, if it looks good to you, then I'm satisfied. It must just be a matter of time. If it's all the same to you, would you mind waiting for us? Would you mind waiting with us for the dragon to show itself? Sure. Waiting for a dragon. Oh, hey, look, a wyvern. Nice. damage! All the damage! And he's gone. That was a different looking wyvern too. A wyvern! I'd only ever heard stories about them. An ancient creature that once soared effortlessly through the clouds. Most go their whole lives without ever seeing one of these legendary beasts. I should take a minute to check its body before we take it back to camp. You go back to the convictory and report to Dominic. We'll handle getting the dragon's body back to the camp. Okay. The moon! That is a very weird way for the moon to crescent, to wane. It's cool. Dominic? That certainly took longer than I expected. Did the plan work? Tell me everything that happened. Yeah, a wyvern showed up. A wyvern? You slew a wyvern! I have no words to express my gratitude. Thank you for your help. Centralimu should be back by now. Could you do me one more favor and make sure he's made it here safely? Sure. Come on, bird. You've reported back to Dominic already? We got back just moments ago. We were just about to start examining this beast. Would you be so kind as to lend a hand? You may as well start with the leg. It's as good a place as any. Wyvern leg. Sure, let's see what's in the leg. You find a Tullahan scale and a Wadjet scale in the wyvern's claws. Ah, neat. You've already finished. Did you find anything interesting? Tullahan scale, a scale from a fallen Tullahan used to draw further servants of the Dranian horde onto the field. A scale from a fallen Wadjet used to draw further servants of the Dranian horde into the field. Water bottle. A scale from the Tullahan, and one from the Wadjet, both in the claws of the wyvern. This mighty creature carried away their bodies and kept mementos in memory of its fallen comrades. These creatures know each other, recognize each other, mourn for each other, that even Dravanians would show such concern for each other. I grew up depending on my status and nobility. I led such an easy life that when my house fell, when I was betrayed by those I trusted, I blamed everyone around me. In retrospect, I should have blamed myself. It's my own fault that I was abandoned by both those I served and those who served me. Centralimu, why do you think I'm still here serving you? Your house may well have been disgraced, but I serve you, not your house. I fully intend to remain your loyal servant to the end. I think, if anything, you are too loyal, but I still greatly appreciate it. I came here looking for a place to die. Perhaps now is a good time to let the old bitter me die. Let go of all that hatred. From now on, I want to live! Not for social status or nobility, but to protect those close to me. To protect my friends. To protect the people of Ishgard. I shall travel to my family's graves and swear an oath to protect those I care about. I've not yet been to their graves. I've been too ashamed to show my face. But if even the Dravanians can mourn their dead properly, then I think I should find it within myself to do the same. Yes, that is very good. Bird! You seem pleased with yourself. Did something happen with Centralimu? However I've been pronouncing this name this entire quest line. I see. Thank you. I, too, owe you my thanks. Thank you not just for the inspiration you provided, Centralimu, but for the invaluable assistance you provided in helping my plan come to fruition. If things continue to progress— Bird, no! Continue to progress this well, we may catch ourselves a dragon yet greater still than this wyvern. A greater accomplishment like that would serve Sir Emric's cause well, and that's not all. Young though he may be, Centralimu has achieved truly courageous feats of combat and has opened a world of opportunity for himself. When other young men hear of his exploits, they'll be eager to rally to Americ's cause and fight under his banner. If anything, I'd like nothing more than to recruit you, but somehow I get the feeling that you're not the kind to settle down in one place, much less somewhere as remote and isolated as the Convictory. Still, I hope that you will continue to lend us your strength from time to time. Sure. Oh, that's right, I have to go here, because I have these areas to explore. Yes. Whee! Go, bird, go! Quavering kitten. Hey, how you doing? The suspiciously coral-like kitten peers over the ledge apprehensively. Nonplussed noblewoman. Cat on a cold stone roof. The nonplussed noblewoman is looking up into the parapets with a panicked expression. Oh, my baby! My poor, poor baby! How did you get up there? Sob. Oh, whatever shall I do? It's so high up. Please, somebody do something. You'll help me, won't you? Please, I promise you'll be repaid. Please save my poor kitty. Sure, lady. Hey, how you doing? The suspiciously coral-like kitten pounces into your arms. Ow. Do you have her? Do you have my dear, dear kitty? Quavering kitten. Quite sizable for a kitten. Something tells you that this may not be your ordinary pet. Yeah, just a little pet. There you are, you silly little thing. You had me so worried. What? You think my dear little kitty isn't really a cat? She's really a coral. Yeah, I do think that. To think I almost believed you for a second there. My dear little kitty isn't some man-eating monster. Just look at her. Look how cute she is. Okay, bye. Not exactly sure why the kitten was spazzing out on its way off the screen. Go, bird, go! Location discovered. Only like 4 more places I need to fly to. Like this tower. Hey, a wolf. The 9th Bear. What appears to be an abandoned village of some sort. Discovered a new location. Hemlock. Grand Archaeosaurus, level 56. Jeez. And what about over here? Oakham Landing. And one more place for me to go. You discovered a location mapping the realm, Curthus. Yay, Black Squawk down. Traits. Ah, I do need to do the quest line for Enochian. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, it is a 5% damage increase. Eventually becomes a 15% damage enhanced Sharpcast. Sharpcast time into 30 seconds. Jeez. Allows the accumulation of charges. Polyglot. Ooh, another Enochian. Grants the effect of Polyglot upon attaining a Nokian for 30 seconds. Also improves a Nokian's magic damage increased to 10%. Dang. Enhanced Foul allows for the immediate casting of Foul. Oh, so now it just becomes instant. You say, where the chocobos roam. Except, you are brother, yes? Pray, address me as Ysael if you wish. 'Tis passing strange, is it not, that fate should bring us together thus? Never did I think to walk alongside the warrior of light. But history is full of such unexpected alliances. Shall we make our way into Dravania, then? The chill of the Western Highlands is unrelenting, and I would sooner be under the sheltering canopy of the Chocobo Forest. Goodbye! Do-do-do-do-do. Well, to the Chocobo Forest we go! Whee! And I lose my ability to fly just as quickly as I gained it. No! Time to go walking.
Beyond Abalathia's spine, the great mountain range that spans the continent of Aldenard from east to west. Into the deepening shadows of Som-Al, where lies the ancient home of dragonkind. To a land where the soil slithers and the skies seethe with sinuous shapes, they came.
Yay, voice acting! Alright, oh hey, well that's easy. Alfino? This forest was mentioned in the pages of the New Eorzean Geographic. As I recall, the author advised travelers to give the local chocobos a wide berth. According to her, they can be remarkably aggressive. Do you sense them, brother? A gathering of dragons to the west. Ooh. We now stand on the threshold of Dravania. The path to Som-Al will take us far to the west, beyond the embrace of the forest's branches. It will be a long and demanding journey. Might I suggest that we take our rest at the village up ahead and see that we are properly provisioned? There is a village here? I thought these lands the sole domain of dragonkind. Why would anyone choose to live in so perilous a place? The wild chocobos. Tailfeather was built by hunters who make their living capturing and selling the beasts. Their leader, Marschamp, is an acquaintance of mine. Being a gregarious sort, he will no doubt welcome our arrival, and he will also possess more recent knowledge of the road we seek to travel. I trust there are no objections. Only to the ceaseless chatter. If we are to meet this acquaintance of yours, let us do it before Ishgard burns. Whee! Bird! Ah! Not only can I not fly, I'm slow again. Blech. To the southwest. 1, 2, 3, 4 on foot, a bunch through quests. Got it. Ah. Well, we're getting there, slowly but surely. Just over this here ledge. And we are good. Well, not ledge, it's a road. But you know what I'm talking about when I say ledge. Hey, earth sprites. I discovered a new location, yay! And this entire place is gone, is grayed out. Very, very block-like aetherites here. Attuned to the aetherite, very blocky, yes. Alrighty. And with that is the end of the stream. Oh my gosh, would you look at that? Oh, wow. Amazing. I mean, we did the thing that we wanted to do. We did the first dungeon, and we cleared out the rest of the Western Kurthus Highlands. Yeah, if I do say pretty successful stream, if I do say so myself. Alrighty then. If you enjoyed your time here, consider doing the the viewer things. Follow, share, check out my Twitch panels, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye!